away, Mommy. Don't let her live. I won't, Jason.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I'm sorry, I just had to with that opening. It is Friday the 13th, guys. Well, not actually as I'm recording this, but yeah, it's Friday the 13th, so I thought I would do a little Friday the 13th theme video. I'm going to show off my collection, and then I'm going to rank all 12 films for you guys. So yeah, I'm going to have fun with this video. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to have fun with this video. I've got some choices that I don't feel like a lot of people will be on board for. So definitely in the comment section below, if you don't agree with my choices, let me have it. Respectfully, of course, but let me have it in the comment section below. I want to know what you guys think, where you place certain movies. This is a really hard franchise for me to rank. Like when I was going through them all, I enjoy all of these movies except for, I love all these movies, to be honest. I love them all except for maybe one. And we'll talk about that one right off the top. But yeah, so I really enjoy this franchise. I've been watching these movies since I was like 9 or 10 years old. I watched these movies. I think Freddie was the first major horror franchise I got into. Then I got to the Jasons, and then I got to Halloween after that. So probably some other little franchises here and there. So Friday the 13th, I was a huge fan of as a kid. Growing up, you know, I kind of wrote them off for a little bit. Once I became a Halloween fan, I was just all about Michael Myers, and Jason was fun, but the movies just weren't of the quality that the Halloween movies were. That was my mindset. And God, I couldn't have been more wrong. And as we go, and Halloween just keeps digging itself deeper and deeper with all these horrible sequels. I get it. Some people like them. I get it. And then the Rob Zombie stuff that I'm not on board for. But for some reason, when I went back and rewatched a lot of the Friday the 13th sequels in recent years, you know, with the Scream Factory box set that came out and everything, I was just like, damn, I didn't pay attention to this franchise like I should, because all of these movies are awesome. And I don't have a problem with like any of them, any major issues with any of them outside of maybe one. Before we, you know, talk about my Friday the 13th collection, the ranking and everything, I want to ask that if you are not yet a subscriber of the Mid-Level Media channel, first off, you know, hit that subscribe button for me. You know, if you like physical media, if you like Blu-rays, you like 4Ks, and all that stuff. Heck, if you like DVDs and VHS, we've got some of those in the collection today. You know, if you like owning the movies that you love, hit the subscribe button. We do all kinds of that content on this channel, and you'll definitely enjoy it. Also, be sure to like this video. And please, guys, I am begging you, I need you in the comment section below, one, to let me have it if you don't agree with my list. I don't care. Let me be as rude as you want. It doesn't matter to me. And also leave your ranking in the comment section below too. All 12 movies, you can leave me your top 5, top 3. I don't care. But yeah, I want to know what your ranking is in the comment section below. I'm really interested to know. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into showing off the collection first. So I'm going to start with the steel books that have come out pretty recently. So this one is for the original Friday the 13th. This one was released by Paramount with these cool quotes on the back. This one came out in 2020, and that's for the original Friday the 13th. And then Friday the 13th Part 2. One thing that I noticed when I got both of these out is the first one that Paramount did was a glossy finish, and this one was a matte finish for Part 2. So I don't know why they transitioned to the matte finish for Part 2. And then Part 3, this one just came out. I did an unboxing, you know, a couple days ago. You know, and it has "Be Right Back" on the back. And I forgot to show the back to this one. I love the quote on the back of this one. So good. Yeah, so they just went right back to the glossy for the third one. So I wonder with the fourth one, they'll go back to matte. I don't know, but I hope they speed it up, because I want more of the other Friday the 13th films sooner than 2029. So at least the ones Paramount did. So so that's my, you know, steel books I have. Again, my collection isn't that extensive. I got, you know, Freddie versus Jason on DVD. I don't know why I never got rid of this DVD, but anyway, I imagine I bought this back in 2003 or 2004 when it came out the DVD. I remember seeing it in theaters. I absolutely loved it, so I had to have it as soon as it came out. So this is probably about 20 years old. I bought this one when it came out. So yeah, cool little DVD set. Not too much to it, but I don't know why I still have it. I would have thought maybe I would have got rid of it by now. But I also got the DVD set of the first 8 Friday the 13th films. This is a cool set. I think this one came out in 2003. And once I got it, I was just happy because I had, you know, all of my you know, Friday the 13th films on DVD in this one set, or at least through Part 8. I don't know why I never got Jason Goes to Hell on DVD, but I also had Jason X on DVD, but I gave that one away when I got the Scream Factory collection. Again, some of the stuff I do doesn't make sense. Why would I keep Freddie versus Jason, but I got rid of Jason X? But yeah, this is a cool set. You know, these are all real like skinny cases, and I believe it's 2 movies to a disc, which kind of, you know, sucks a little bit. But yeah, this is pretty much what I was rocking as far as if I wanted to watch a Friday the 13th film, this is what I would go to until the Scream Factory box set came out. So again, I didn't upgrade them all to Blu-ray or anything until that Scream Factory box set came out. I think I had part 1 and part 2 on Blu-ray, which I've also given away since the Scream Factory, or sold off since the Scream Factory set came out. But yeah, this is a cool set. I love the cover on this one. This one's called the From Crystal Lake to Manhattan. So really cool set. Again, I bought this when it first came out back in 2004. So super happy to have it still in the collection. I'm not getting rid of that. I don't care. I'm not getting rid of it. It's just nostalgia, just like the Freddie box set. But I do have Jason Goes to Hell on VHS. I wore this sucker out when I was a kid. Again, we'll get to it a little bit later, but this is one of my favorites of the franchise. I probably watched this like 100 times when I was a kid. Again, this is just one of my favorites. I love Jason Goes to Hell. I'm trying to see. Yes, it's rewound. It's actually rewound. So yeah, this is a really cool cover. It's embossed and everything, you know, with the little slug snake thing coming out of the hockey mask. It's freaking awesome. Got him on the back as well. VHS has had some awesome covers back in the day. Also got Jason Lives on VHS. So really cool addition right here. Again, like I was a big Jason fan, but I guess I didn't own them all on VHS. I guess maybe I'd borrow them from friends, or I would go to the video store to watch. I remember watching them all when I was a kid. But for some reason, these are the only ones I had. I think I had more. I've lost them somewhere down the line. I got Friday the 13th Part 3. It's all chewed up. I remember I took this to a buddy's house, probably when I was like 14 or 15, and his dog chewed the hell out of the VHS. I think we woke up and saw it, and yeah, I still got it in the collection. So Friday the 13th Part 3, I still have it. It's just weird. I have Part 2 as well. It's just weird that I don't have the first one. That's the only thing. You know, so really cool back on this one. I love how it has the, you know, Pamela's head right there. So yeah, I had to show off everything in my collection. So I had to go get my toys and collectibles and stuff. You know, this wouldn't be a Friday the 13th collection video if I didn't do that. But yeah, I got the Friday the 13th Christmas ornament right here. I think my sister sent this one to me like either last year or the year before. It's a cool little ornament. You know, Jason's looking pretty creepy right there. I like it. Also got this 8-bit pop, which is pretty damn cool. I don't collect a ton of pops or Funko Pops, but I actively collect for horror figures. I get some other stuff every now and then, but mostly it's the horror pops that I collect for. I decided a long time ago I'm not going to go down this pop rabbit hole. I'm going to pick a lane to stay in, and it was horror icons that I picked. So I need to show off that whole collection at some point. I also got a couple NECAs. I got the Friday the 13th Part 2 NECA. The cool sackhead Jason inside. He also got his mom's head in there, which is freaking awesome. And yeah, I'll show you the back there real quick. I've never got these out of the box. I got a few NECAs. I honestly need to get more. But yeah, they're super awesome. Also got the this is a GameStop exclusive, but this is for the game back then, the old NES game, Nintendo game that came out. So I also got this one somewhere in the closet. I'm not going to dig through everything to get it, but I do still have this video game in the collection. I remember playing it all the time when I was a kid and getting frustrated, but I do remember finding his mother in the forest, the floating head. I remember that, and I think he beat the game after he beat her. But anyway, this is super nostalgic for me. Again, I love this game. So you got some images on the back right there. And open it up. I don't know if it still does the music, but we'll find out. Yeah, there we go. You guys hear it? I don't know why I'm holding it up there. You should be holding it closer to my mic. The iconic NES Friday the 13th music. I love it. But yeah, I love this this Jason look for sure. But okay, so let's get into my ranking. Let's get in the ranking. Oh yeah, I also got the Scream Factory box set right here. It's empty because I got all the movies to show visual representations for my ranking. Okay, so let's get into the ranking. Again, this there's gonna be some hot takes in here. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't have the same picks in my top 4 or 3 that some other people might have. There's some stuff that's pretty low that you might have way higher. But anyway, yeah, let's get into it. So the first one, admittedly, there's a couple in here that I have not seen in a very long time. I have not seen Part 3 in a while. I did not watch that with the new Scream Factory box set. It's like the one I haven't watched yet, which the Steelbook just came out. I really need to get on watching that. And I have not seen this one, which is coming in at number 12 since the theater in 2009. And that is the remake, is my number 12 Friday the 13th film. So again, I vaguely remember seeing this movie. I just remember being disappointed. I just remember it not feeling like a Friday the 13th movie to me. So that's all I remember. Again, I might rewatch it. I might love it. But as of right now, I haven't rewatched it. So in my memory, a lot of these other ones are way fresher in my mind. This one's got to go at number 12. This one's got to go at number 12. So Friday the 13th, the remake from 2009 is my number 12. So coming in at my number 11 is Freddie versus Jason. It's not that I don't enjoy this movie. It's just in the context of the Friday the 13th franchise, this honestly can't go any higher because these other movies are like legitimate Friday the 13th movies. And this is a Freddie versus Jason movie. It's got Freddie in it. It just doesn't feel fair to put this one above like some of the classic Friday the 13th movies. I do really enjoy it. Do I enjoy it more than some of these other Friday the 13th movies? I don't know. I don't think so. Again, I rewatched them all. I rewatched this one recently as well. And again, there's things about this that I like and that I think that are fun. But at the end of the day, I just don't think I can put it higher than some of these other Friday the 13th movies that I've been watching my entire life. But the build up to this movie was real. Again, like I said, I've been watching Jason Goes to Hell since I was like 9 or 10. So when you saw Freddy's glove pop up and pull that mask down, I was literally waiting 10 years for this to happen. Literally waiting for 10 years for this to happen. I remember talking, having conversations with my friends about it all the time. When are we going to get that Freddy vs. Jason movie? When they announced it, we were so hyped. Again, it was like Avengers Endgame in the theater that night when we saw this. So the hype was real. This was so much fun. And it's still fun. It's still a fun watch. But again, as a Friday the 13th movie, I cannot get it much higher than number 11. All right, so coming at number 10, again, is the one that I haven't seen for a while. And maybe it'll move up if I watch it again. But even as a kid, I remember watching this movie and thinking it wasn't my favorite. So that is Friday the 13th, Part 3, comes in at my number 10. Again, the one that's in 3D, the one where you first get his hockey mask. Again, I need to rewatch this one. I might like it more than some of the other ones, but again, I have not seen it in quite some time. So I need to rewatch Part 3. So that's coming in at number 10. Coming in at number 9, this might be the first big hot take in this ranking, and that is Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. I do enjoy this movie. Again, from here on, I really enjoy all these movies. Again, I think this is such an underrated horror franchise. Like, some people don't give this the time of day. And it's so much fun. Like, all these movies are so much fun. They're so good. They're so campy. And they're just so great. Again, they're just so much fun. They are like horror at its best. Slasher horror at its best. So I enjoy the hell out of Friday the 13th, Part 6. I really do. There's just things about it that I don't like as much as the other ones. I feel like the kills are a little bit tamer. I feel like as a Friday the 13th film overall, it's a little tamer than some of the other ones. There's not any like nudity in this movie. And Jason, I don't know, it just feels a little lame in this film. Again, it's cool in the beginning when he's resurrected like a classic Universal monster like Frankenstein or something. But overall as a movie, I just don't enjoy this one quite as much as the others. And I know people hype this one up, and some people it's their favorite Friday the 13th. I get it. The image of him standing on top of the RV, that's pretty cool. But there's just things about this movie, I just don't dig as much as I do the other one. So this one's coming in at number 9 for me. Jason Lives. Coming in at number 8. Yeah, we're at number 8, right? Is a movie that honestly really surprised me that's coming in this high, because I remember watching this one when it came out and I was like, oh God, this franchise has just jumped the shark. It is no more. I don't enjoy this one like I used to, or don't enjoy this franchise like I used to. But Jason X is freaking fun. It is so much fun and it's badass. I love, I just love Sci-Fi Channel original Jason. It's just a fun movie. It's a schlocky horror film. It has one of the best sequences with the sleeping bag kills. And it's just so, and also it has a lot of great kills in this one, but the girl's head's frozen and he slams it on the countertop. It's such a great kill too. Uber Jason's badass. Like, I just love the setup to this movie. The Camp Crystal Lake research facility and just all that stuff and how it goes into the future. Again, it feels like a Sci-Fi Channel, like original, like Battlestar Galactica or something like that. Not to say Battlestar Galactica is bad. I haven't seen it, but it just feels like that, like Sci-Fi Channel original, like generic space exploration film with Jason killing everybody on the ship. I'm a big fan of horror in space too. Again, I love the movie Event Horizon. I was always a sucker for the space ones. Hellraiser in space, Critters in space, even though they come from space, and Leprechaun in space. When they went to space, it was always ridiculous, but I always enjoyed the space movies. So that's no different here. I love Jason X. I think it's awesome. So that's coming in at my number 8. And let's get into my number 7, and it's part 7, New Blood. I really like this movie a lot. I think Jason looks incredible in this film. I love it when he takes his mask off and you see that face. It's probably the best looking decomposed zombie Jason that we've gotten in any of the films. He looks great. And yeah, it's like Carrie versus Jason. So what's not to love about this one? I love New Blood. It comes in at number 7. And coming at number 6, maybe this is controversial for some people, but I don't feel like it will be. But I got to go with the original, Friday the 13th. I'm a big fan of this movie. Most of the movie is from the POV perspective, so you don't really get to see the killer killing people. Again, that's not really like a problem with the film, but it just makes it feel a little different than the other ones, because you know Jason, he's killing people and everything. So I like this movie. Again, the kills are, I'm not going to say tame. I mean, Tom Savini did the makeup work for this, and it's fantastic effects work, but the movie itself just doesn't feel like it has the energy and the entertainment value that some of the other ones do. But again, it is a great movie. It's the one that started it all. I do like that POV perspective gimmick to it. I do like the fact that it's more of a mystery than any of the other movies, because you know who's killing in the other ones. And the reveal is awesome. And, Betsy Palmer as Pamela Voorhees is awesome. It's a great performance. Like, the killer, mommy killer, I said it in the intro. It's such an iconic line. I love the way that she acts in this movie. It's almost like she's got multiple personalities and she's kind of channeling them both back and forth. So Adrian King, I think, is really great in this movie. And Kevin Bacon's in this movie, the Baconator. It's hard not to love a movie with Kevin Bacon in it. It really is. So it's just, I can't get it much higher than number 6, but again, it's iconic. It's one of the best of all time. Friday the 13th is coming in at my number 6. And this is one that I feel like a lot of people would put as their number 1 of the franchise. So I feel like I might get a little bit of hate for this, but also it's number 5. I really love this movie. It's Friday the 13th, the final chapter. And again, a lot of people would put this one up at their number 1. I get it. It's got Crispin Glover. He's dancing his ass off. It's hilarious. It's got so many fun characters in the movie. You got Corey Feldman as Tommy Jarvis in this film. He's a really fun kid actor. And Jason is freaking awesome in this movie. Ted White's portrayal of Jason is incredible in this film. I just love it when he barges through the door and he looks so lumbering and menacing. In this movie, it's got some great kills. And it's a hell of a lot of fun. Again, I love all these movies. From when we started talking about part 3 on, I love all these movies. They're all super nostalgic for me. I have a hell of a time watching them. It's just that final chapter, I can't get much higher than this. Again, I feel like I keep saying this, but final chapter, I really enjoy it. I do think, though, in the horror community, it does get a little bit overhyped. Like when you watch it, people say people say this is good in a way that it's almost like superior in like cinematic quality to the other ones. It falls in line like tonally with all the other Friday the 13th films. Like the performances aren't really that much better than any of the other Friday the 13th films. So I feel like this one gets overhyped just a little bit in the horror community. So I will say that, but I still love the movie. Friday the 13th part 4, the final chapter, whatever the hell you want to call it, is awesome. Coming in at number 4, this is a recent jump for me, because I remember as a kid watching this and thinking, this isn't as good as the other one. I just never returned to it that often. But when I rewatched it in the Scream Factory box set, my God, did I love this film. And that is Friday the 13th, A New Beginning is coming in at my number 4. So I love this movie. I do not care that Jason's not the killer. Spoiler alert. I think it's awesome. It's got some great kills. It is one of the sleaziest Friday the 13th films. So you got a lot of nudity, you got a lot of sex, you got a lot of this stuff. All the hallmarks of the Friday the 13th slasher films of the 80s are in this movie. And it just feels like, I know Jason's not the killer, but it just feels like one of the purest Friday the 13th films in the entire franchise. I love this movie. I love the reveal at the end. I think it's awesome. I think that Jason has a really cool look in this movie. And yeah, I think it's got some really fun characters. Reggie, the Reckless, and everybody in this movie. The guy, crapping on the porta potty and singing to his girl on the outside. There's just a lot of really fun moments in this movie that I really enjoy. And yeah, Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning, is the real shit. It's the real shit. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. So I'll put that one at number 4. And this is where it's going to fly off the rails for most of you guys, because And I'm going to explain myself a little bit before we get into it. And this video is going to run way longer than I intended it to. But when I was a kid and I watched these movies, I just enjoyed them. And I didn't have like the internet bubble around me telling me like what was the best and what wasn't. I just enjoyed movies how I enjoy them. So my number 3 and my number 2, a lot of people say are the worst of the franchise, and a lot of people dog on all the time. To be honest, I didn't know people dogged on them until I got on the internet, and everybody's like, these movies suck. They're not good. They're the worst of the Friday the 13th franchise. I was like, what? These are like some of my favorite movies, horror movies growing up. Absolutely loved watching them. So these top 3 are the ones that I definitely watched the most as a kid. So number 3 is Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. I love this movie. I don't give a shit that he's riding on a boat for an hour of the movie. Again, this movie's like an hour and 45 minutes. He's at Manhattan for like 45 minutes. Like, how do you want him to get there? Again, I'm just going right into addressing the criticism. Everybody says this is Jason Takes a Boat Ride. So how do you want him to get to Manhattan? Like, there has to be a story. There has to be a journey for him to get there. So I never minded the journey. I liked the trip on the boat, and I think it kind of built to a good climax. When you finally get to Manhattan, it just really built that tension and that suspense. You're like, oh God, we're getting there. Anticipation, I think, is the word I'm trying to get to. Like, oh my God, we're almost to Manhattan. And when you finally get there, you're like, oh yes, it's on. And he's walking through there. I think it delivers when he gets to Manhattan. He punches the boxer's head off the top. Tons of great kills. Again, the sewer stuff at the end is a little weird. I've always thought that was a little weird with the little boy Jason, but just some of the edits throughout on the boat with the little boy. But I don't know. I really love Jason Takes Manhattan. I'm going to be honest. It's just one of my favorites of the franchise. And as a kid, it was the one I rewatched like the most. Probably second most to this, my number 2. We'll get into that here in a second. But let's get into it. Jason Goes to Hell. This is my number 2. Again, I know it's controversial. I love body jumping Jason. I really do. I thought it was so cool when I was a kid. He starts as Jason. I love the opening sequence. I love like him running out and getting blown apart by all the FBI agents and stuff. I just love the setup. I love the body jumping. I think it's really cool. I love all the bodies he jumps into. It makes you feel like you're getting a different villain like every 30 minutes. The kills in this movie are freaking gnarly and insane and awesome. He kills like 25 people in this movie. It's incredible. I love the finale. I love the little snake Jason. And then he gets reborn. That whole sequence is so awesome when he jumps out of the basement and he's like, he's back. Jason's here again. And again, I love this movie so much. I light up like a Christmas tree every time I get to talk about Jason Goes to Hell. Absolutely love this film. So Jason Goes to Hell is my number 2. And I don't care what you guys think. I don't care. It's my number 2. Now let's get into my number 1, guys. And it's Friday the 13th Part 2. I have always loved this movie. It has always been my favorite. Jenny is my favorite final girl of this entire franchise. Maybe one of my favorite final girls of all time. She's so smart. She's so clever. She's so charismatic. She's cute as hell, and she's just awesome. Like, I love Jenny in this movie. She outsmarts him at the end by putting on the sweater, and just the whole sequence with him, the mom's head is like the shrine in like this little cabin. I always thought was so cool when I was a kid. And it just plays into perfectly. It's a perfect sequel to the first one. And I love Sackhead Jason. Again, say what you will. I know the hockey mask is iconic. Everybody loves the hockey mask. I love the sack. I love the Sackhead Jason. It is one of the best. I feel like that sounded a little weird. I love the sack, but I love Sackhead Jason. He's my favorite. He's the scariest. I love the little like hole. You can see like his eye through it. It freaks me out when she walks into the room and he just like gets up from behind the bed and you see him like coming in at her. He just gets closer and closer. It's such a cool and effective sequence. It's so incredibly terrifying. I love Friday the 13th Part 2. Some great kills in this one. The machete to the head, the wheelchair kid where he's flying down the steps. Freaking awesome. I love this movie. Friday the 13th Part 2 is without question my number 1 Friday the 13th movie. So again, hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys enjoyed my collection, my ranking, all this stuff. Again, this ran way longer than I wanted to, but when I get into talking about stuff that I love, I can't stop. So appreciate you guys watching this. Please like this video. Comment down below, guys. I want to know your Friday the 13th ranking. I need to know it. Comment down below. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on those bell notifications and follow me on all my social media accounts. Those links are in the description. Happy Friday the 13th, and we'll see you next time.